Namaste everyone. In today's video, we're going to focus on Muni Patanjali's Yoga Sutra 4.18. Now in this particular Yoga Sutra, Muni Patanjali is helping us to understand why the Purusha can completely read the contents of the Chitta and what makes it possible for the Purusha to be able to do so. So let's take a good look at the Sutra, start breaking it up word by word and understanding it step by step, especially for its meaning. So the Sutra itself goes, Sada jatash chitta vrittayastat prabhov purushasya parinamitvat. Alright, so this is the Sutra itself. Now let's start breaking it up word by word to understand it a little bit better. So the first word is Sada, and Sada means basically forever or always. Then comes the next word, which is Jnata, which essentially means something that is known or cognized. Then comes the next word, which is Chitta Vritti. And this, of course, we know are the Vrittis from the Chitta, or the modifications of the mind, the thought waves. Then coming to the next word is Tat, which means there. After which comes the next word, Prabhu. Now, Prabhu essentially means somebody who is like a master or a controller, and therefore is being referred to as Prabhu in this case. So we'll find out why it's being referred to like that. But the next word is Purusha or Purushasya, which means the Purusha or of the Purusha. And it's indicating the possessive case. So it's saying that the Purusha is known as the Prabhu of, and then we'll find out what. And the last word here is Aparinamitva, which basically refers to non-changeable. So parinam, as we had studied, means transformation or change. So aparinam means no change, and tva indicates the quality of. So aparinamitva means non-changing quality. Alright, so these are all the different words that are found within the sutra. But now let's see what exactly is the sutra trying to tell us. So the sutra is saying that because the Purusha is unchangeable and it does not undergo any change, it is a constant. And because of this element of constancy, the Purusha is the master of the Chitta Vrittis, which are constantly undergoing change. So the Purusha can always tap into and understand what is going on in the Chitta Vrittis because the Purusha itself is completely stable. So now that we know this basic meaning, let's go even deeper and try to understand how this becomes possible for the Purusha. Alright, so essentially the Purusha is taken over here as the mean or the standard through which the Chitta Vrittis are adjudged or understood. And this is done because in the scheme of measuring anything, we always need something which is constant. So that constant element can measure the changing element. And the same way over here, the Purusha is constant. The Chitta Vrittis, on the other hand, keep on changing as the mind literally dances from one object to another. So as the mind is doing its dance, essentially the Purusha is still and stable, and therefore it is able to completely perceive the contents of the Chitta. Because the Purusha is the witness principle. It is not changing, it is still, and it is observing what is going on in the Chitta Vritti. So this is capable, this capacity is only for the Purusha because the Chitta itself is changing so fast that even if it tries to understand itself or perceive itself, it can do it only in a limited way. Of course, the yoga sadhak can go really deep and do it in a very intensive way through a lot of practice and sadhana. But even then, the Chitta of the yoga sadhak cannot understand its own contents as well as the Purusha can, because the Purusha is the witness principle. And each of us has an element of the Purusha within us. So we're a combination of Purusha and Prakriti. And therefore, our Purusha can observe what is going on, but the Chitta is ever changing, and therefore its perception power is limited. Alright, as compared especially to the Purusha. Now this is important especially with respect to the previous sutra, where we study that a Chitta is able to understand an object only as much as its absorption power allows. So keeping this in mind, each Chitta has a different type of absorption power, and it will only understand certain things to a certain degree. Whereas a Purusha has it, because of its nature and immutability or non-moving, it can perceive things in a much better way because it is able to have that stillness and that quality of being completely still or immutable. So therefore the sutra is basically explaining to us some of the limitations of the Chitta in being able to perceive things, and on the other hand is also letting us understand that because of this, the Purusha is known as the master of the thought waves or the master of the mind, because the Purusha is stable and the Chitta Vritti does not have that advantage of stability. So therefore the Purusha is kind of required as a stabilizing element for all the rawness or all the movement that happens within Prakriti or within the Chitta itself. So that is what the sutra is trying to explain, that the Purusha is almost like a Prabhu to the Chitta Vrittis and the Chitta, since its power of immutability exists only with the Purusha and not with the Chitta Vrittis or with Prakriti. So this is what this particular sutra is trying to explain to us, Sutra 4.18. I hope you've been able to understand the overall theme and the gist of the sutra. And like we always mention, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you'd like to go even deeper into the sutra, we study it in depth all together in our classes, courses, or workshops. So if you're interested in learning about it even further, please feel free to join in. The links will be in the description. Apart from that, we cannot wait to see you in the next video. And until then, please do give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment and let us know your thoughts, suggestions, questions, and also do subscribe to our channel because we release new videos every single week. Along with that, share this video with your friends and family, especially those who are studying yoga philosophy or the Yoga Sutras. Now we look forward to seeing you in the next video or in the next class, course, or workshop, the links for which are down below. So we're going to see you very soon. Until then, take care, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next one. Namaste.